Antelope Islands. First time here. It's very pretty. We have middle of the Salt Lake and fresh snow fall overnight. The beautiful mountain range in the background. It's supposed to be sunny today. The ranger just told me that their bisons are bigger and nicer than the one in Yellowstone, so we'll find out. About that. They have the famous gigantic mule deer. They have foxes, coyotes, bisons, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah. So let's go explore Antelope Island and see what we can find today. I'm excited. So pretty. This was a little bit an unexpected visit. And I didn't bring any of my camera gear. Didn't expect to have any time at hand, and ended up having 2 days here in Salt Lake City. So I rented a Canon 5D Mark IV, and the longest lens I could find in town was a Tamron 150-600. I've never used it before, but I'm excited of trying it out today, and I'm looking forward to see what kind of quality of images I'll get with this. So here we are, starting this new journey. Standing at Buffalo Point. It was like 6,000 feet up high. So beautiful here. Antelope Island is actually quite small, and it's about 15 miles long and 4.5 miles wide. It was first discovered by the first settlers in 1845. They found some pronghorns, and that's why they call it the Antelope Island. It's in the middle of the Great Salt Lake. They found relics from the prehistoric settlers about 6,000 years old. It was colonized, so to speak, in around 1848, and those buildings still stand to this day, and seems to be the oldest ones that are still standing in Utah at this point. The east side of the island has natural springs and water, and based on what I was told, that's where the wildlife is concentrated. Bisons were introduced in 1893, about a dozen of them, and they have nicely grown to a herd of over 700 heads. Every fall they round them up, and they try to maintain the size of the herd of around 700. All the surplus gets sent for other places for reproduction, or sometimes sent to the slaughterhouse, I guess. This morning I saw pronghorns, bisons. I didn't see any mule deer. They were higher up, based on someone who I talked to who had a telescope. I hope that later in the day they get a bit more active and I got to see them. Other animals and other wildlife includes coyotes, foxes, badgers, and porcupines. Porcupines usually visible in trees, and I didn't see any this morning. A brief fact about the Great Salt Lake. Great Salt Lake actually is a remnant of some of the glacial age. All the water comes from the surrounding mountains and flows nowhere. So all the minerals that get washed out of the mountains get washed down into the Great Salt Lake, and then as the water evaporates, it leaves back all those minerals. Just as the sun is setting, I just decided to pull the car over and go explore some of those brushes and trees. Actually, I was looking for a porcupine, and suddenly, unexpectedly, this grouse just took off in front of me. And then at about 40 yards from me, I tried to take some really nice pictures. In that regards, I don't have my own gear. I had to rent this Canon 5D Mark IV and a Tamron 150-600. I was very curious using it to use it today, just to find out how good it is. I have to say, it does not compare to my 600 f4 or my 400DO f4. This sharp is not as crisp by far, and not as sharp. Sorry for those guys who own one, but you pay what you get for. So prime lenses are definitely sharper and faster. That's just reality. But I'm curious to see what those pictures look like once I process them on my laptop with Photoshop, and I'm happy to share them with you. Alright, I think this should be my last picture of the day, and I think I'm heading back to Salt Lake City, and hopefully you have another day tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Today is day 2 in Utah. When I landed 2 days ago from Seattle here in Salt Lake City, I had actually made reservations for a sedan. And to my biggest surprise, I got a King Ranch Chrome F-150. And I'm a pretty tall guy, so I definitely was happy about that, and I definitely enjoy driving it around here. On a different note, I need to make a little correction. Last night I said that I saw a grouse. And of course, last night when I look at my pictures, this is a really beautiful, colorful bird, and it's a pheasant. It's not a grouse. So I saw some barn owls, but quite far away. Couldn't take any decent pictures with my current setup. I saw a hawk and an adult and juvenile bald eagle and American kestrel sitting on the man-made pose, so not quite as attractive. I'll keep checking here for a little while, and then I might just head back to Antelope Island. Looking for tracks of the mule deer. I think this is probably like a coyote, maybe a fox. Heading out into those bushes over there. That's where I found a pheasant yesterday. I'm gonna just go and check it out. These actually might be tracks with some pronghorns. to those bushes over there. And here the canine tracks following each other. Just found 2 porcupine hanging in the trees. Tough to get a good view and good picture. Yeah, they'll be hanging there, moving very slowly. And try not to disturb them at a certain distance. Well, that's that. My battery's coming to an end, and I tried to put in the backup battery the rental place gave me, and it's dead. So my day is basically over. I'm glad I got to see those porcupines. That's exciting. Didn't get a good shot. They're kind of hidden up those really dense trees. So I know I'll still share those pictures, and I think I just have to head back to Salt Lake City. Just as I had given up any hope, because my battery is dying, for another porcupine, I was able to get better look and better pictures as well, and a small video footage as well. Very cute to watch. They're very docile and very tolerant of your presence. Alright, that's it.